Microphones are muted. Alright. Now she gets sold me.
Go off the rails. No, time to raise ourselves. It's freedom like you never knew. Back or past. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could take my head, it's up to you.
Connected?
Oh,
Good.
we can zoom all the way to the moon from this big wire wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up, baby, castles away. And if the dark wants to the swirl, don't fear the charity, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high.
No, you figured.
We'll go live quick. Hold on.
Mic issue? You need to change the video.
We are having a mic. Yeah. Don't worry about that. It's
Just reading. Sorry.
Yeah, stop reading crap.
Yeah.
We have a podcast to do. Now, you guys probably can't hear me. My mic. Well, you're hearing me through his mic.
Yeah.
We're having a mic problem. I don't know exactly what's going on. We might have killed this mic, but I'm gonna unplug yours quick and plug mine in there and see if it's the
Port?
I'd rather it be the mic.
Oh, wait, no, I just saw it flicker.
Test.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Think we have a dead mic.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Well, I think if
No,
you get
we have a
the
dead
spot.
mic. We have no. The mic is dead.
Okay, fantastic.
That's how to buy new ones.
Oh, fantastic.
That's alright. Cool. That's alright. I'll go grab my other mic. Eric, entertain them on your own. I gotta go grab my backup mic. Backup mic!
Back up, Mike. Wait.
I summoned thee!
Where's Mike? He needs to back up.
I had a feeling that mic was tied around the bottom of your chair. So I had a feeling that it got stretched.
Oh, I didn't.
No. It was earlier.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Alright, that's okay. That's why we have technically the nicer mic.
Yeah, well, fantastic.
It's alright. Hey!
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, we're good.
Hey, maybe.
Hey!
Still.
No, that's good.
Instrument off. Do we want
Oh,
air on?
air is supposed to be on.
Air's supposed to be on. Okay.
Alright. Little wobbly here because I wasn't prepared to set this up. Well, whatever. You know what? You can hear us, right?
It wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't have some sort of
No, we actually were going good for a little bit there, but one of our mics been dead. I'm gonna have to buy some new ones. It is what it is. Are we in audio delay land?
Maybe.
It's echoing.
Oh, fantastic. Right.
Audio is echoing.
Are we?
There is something echoing. Let me go check the audio settings. When they say you fixed it, it's because go like this. Oh, there's a lot of interference. You see that? Watch.
It's the friggin' PC.
Don't talk. Look at that. Is it your mic or mine? No, it's the audio interface. Hold up. Audio issues. Not plugged in.
Fantastic.
Alright, 1 second, guys. Sorry, this is all set up on a new computer and things are not going according to plan.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Wait.
Got it. Bam.
What was it?
Boom. Fixed.
What was it?
Fixed.
Oh, did we have
Didn't
two?
mute the mic on the camera.
Haha.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Nice.
better than that. That's better than broken
Hey,
equipment.
exactly.
Better than broken equipment. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We got it.
Oh boy.
Again, this is our first live stream on the new computer. So hey, shout out to CyberPower PC.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending me a computer. It's awesome, even though I've already upgraded it a bunch and we'll be upgrading it more. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everything is way better. It's just, obviously, this was a rough start to the stream because we are not used to having it run on this computer. But we're good. We're good. All right. Now, everybody, welcome to the Nintendo Pride Podcast, episode 17. How's it going? You guys having a good time? Having a good day? Everything good? I know we don't have an image up on the screen. Someone's going to point it out. It is what it is. It rotates. It's a rotating background. I had an image. It's not working. It's fine. We'll make it work next week. I am your host, as always, Mr. Nathaniel Ruffle-Jansen. To my left and your guys' right is Eric Moore.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going? If you guys wonder what that music we were playing at the very beginning, you can actually find it on Spotify. The username is VGR. And Eric, what is their username on Twitter?
At VG Remixes.
He gave us permission to use his music. We actually have direct downloads and better managed in the future. But, you know, my Stream Deck right now used to be completely full with a bunch of stuff. There's only 5 options on it right now. Again, whole new computer. Got to reset everything back up. We got a few massive topics for you today. Before we do that, let me shout out. We had, I think, one super chat pop off. Thank you so much for that super chat. It came in from I Eat Big Wet Man Farts. What a username. I'm actually surprised that YouTube let that username through.
Nice.
It says, heard anything on third Oracle game? No, I have not.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to have 3 big topics to talk about today, and then maybe we'll have time for some fan topics. We'll see. We're going to be going for about an hour, hour and a half. We are going to be talking about rumors in general, Nintendo Direct in particular, but we're going to go into a broader topic on that after we talk about how Nintendo might have possibly leaked a Direct. We're going to be reacting to the Marvel's Midnight Suns game, because we got the gameplay dropped for that today. We talked about it last week. It was unveiled at Gamescom, but now we have the actual gameplay trailer, so we can talk a little bit about our thoughts on that. And by the way, Nintendo Life has a massive rumor going on out there about Game Boy games coming to Nintendo Switch. And I'm saying Nintendo Life. I realized there were some other people that were talking about it, but Nintendo Life is the reputable outlet that is saying they have their own sources, that Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are the next consoles being added to Nintendo Switch Online. We presume being announced in a Nintendo Direct, because that's what they did with the NES and SNES, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. We do presume there will be a September Nintendo Direct, like there's been every single September. But before we get into that, I want to thank all you guys for being here. We have 74 members on the channel. You guys are awesome. A bunch of you guys' memberships renewed today. I kept getting notifications all day. I really appreciate the support. If you too would like to support this show, we technically have a Patreon at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. That's one way to support. Or you could just hit that join button on the channel and join one of our various member tiers and become a member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Now, tonight and tonight only for a podcast special, because I haven't streamed in a while, and this is the first live stream on the brand new computer, I will be doing cap shots of Goldschlager for every super chat during the stream. So if you make me messed up tonight, I hate you, but I love you. And it's just going to make it for a more interesting cast. Eric, be prepared to talk a lot, because I just might go to La La Land if those... in fact, didn't we already have a super chat? So I feel like I already need to do a cap shot of Goldschlager. Just a cap shot. We're not going full shot. I'm not that crazy. Oh, wait. I didn't mix it yet. Hold on. We got to mix up that gold.
Oh, boy.
All right. So while I'm doing this and about to do this cap shot, Eric, I want to start off with you. We're going to start off talking about the Game Boy games.
Okay.
Game Boy games coming to Switch. First off, are you excited about Game Boy and Game Boy Color games? That's not Game Boy Advance. It's Game Boy and Game Boy Color that's being talked about right now.
Yeah, I wish it was Game Boy Advance, too. I'm not sure why it isn't that as well, but sure, why not? Because Nintendo. You know, I guess, yeah. I mean, there's a few games that I would like to see, but...
Well, okay, so we grew up playing Game Boy back in the day. Like, that's like our childhood. That and NES. Like, then we played obviously SNES and all that. We started growing up, and then Xbox and all that. But Game Boy was obviously there really early in our lives. I know we both had the fat Game Boys, the lights. Colors.
I only had the color.
You had the color.
I only had the color. I didn't have the fat. Yep.
Yeah, I had the fat. I guess I'm gonna first toss you. What games do you want them to see to add right away? Because obviously, when we talk about Game Boy and Game Boy Color, that is a massive library of games. Mm-hmm. Nintendo considers it all the same generation. I know some of you guys out there don't consider it that way, but Nintendo does technically. Mm-hmm. I think they just view the color sort of as like the Switch OLED. It's better, but it plays the same games. It does technically have exclusive games, which Switch OLED will not. But
that we know of.
What are some games that you really want to see come back that maybe we haven't had in a while? I see one on your screen already.
That one,
already.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. I did not think of that either.
So, why don't you tell me, what are some games that you hope are here? Let's say at the start of the service, because we're not going to have everything. There's going to be like 20 to 30 games at the start of the service, assuming that Nintendo Life is right, and Nintendo Life is very reputable.
Yeah.
So what games do you think we're going to have at the start of the service?
I mean...
what would you like to see?
Yeah.
I guess.
It'd be nice to see Red and Blue, but I kind of highly doubt any Pokemon game is going to be on there.
Why?
I don't know. I just have that feeling. Because why
they don't
would they...
sell the originals anymore.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. But... I mean, there's always the Legends of Zelda Oracles, Oracle Agents of Seasons.
Okay, so the Oracle series.
Yep.
Okay.
Just trying to go back here. Link's Awakening is there.
Oh, but we got See, the thing is, it would be interesting to get Link's Awakening. And by the way, there's 2 versions of it for Game Boy. There's the original release, and then the DX, which is the color version, has an exclusive dungeon.
Nice. Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see both of those come back, both versions. I don't know how they would handle that. But it'd be nice to see both versions because we did get that Link's Awakening full remake on Switch. Mm-hmm. So it might be kind of cool to be you play the full remake, then you go back and play the classics and just see which way you prefer. I think that would be a really interesting look back at... Now I'm a big Zelda guy, so to me, like every Zelda game, period, I want to come over. you come up with some other ones. You had a $20 super chat come in. Thank you so much. More.
I saw that one coming in.
12321 underscore says, I got paid the big bucks this time.
Nice.
Money. Making it rain up in here. I think we may get
Heck
Bayonetta
yeah.
3 or Breath of the Wild 2 name reveal this September. Direct. All right, we'll get to that in a moment. I
Yeah.
will come back to that super chat because that's
That'd be
a
awesome.
future topic.
Yeah. But no, another one of the bigger ones that I actually see, if we don't get red and yellow, but still in the Pokemon thread, the trading card game.
Oh, baby!
That game was so
Oh
freaking
my
awesome.
god! Why didn't we ever get a sequel to that?
I don't know. I have no
Why?
clue.
The trading card game, like, okay, you guys know the Pokemon cards, right? It's still
Yeah.
really huge today, maybe even bigger
It's
today.
massive, yeah,
That
right.
It's going huge. Logan Paul made things blow up with all these things. Now everyone, like, they're fighting over it. They're getting banned at Target. We're not going to sell them anymore. But here's the thing.
Oh, they will, just online.
The Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy was legit.
Yes.
That
it
was so
really
fun.
good.
Like, why? Why haven't we gotten it?
All right.
Now
your
look,
guess is as good
someone
as
had
mine.
mentioned there was a sequel, but it was only in Japan.
Okay.
And if,
Yeah, but we
it
didn't
must
get it.
not have been good then.
But we didn't get it.
It must not have been good.
But we didn't
Okay,
get it.
so Japan exclusives could still be good. But I don't know, man. Like, why? Why didn't we get it?
Yeah,
Why don't we get more?
I-
This reminds me of, like, Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Coliseum. They just stopped.
yeah.
Why? And if they do that with Pocket Tournament and Pocket Tournament Deluxe, why? These games are good. Why, Pokemon Company?
We at least got a snap again. So there is that. I mean,
So I have to wait 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
I think it's
right,
probably been 20
right.
years since
oh yeah.
it came out.
Well, considering that this is before the 64 and Snap was,
Pokemon Pinball, too.
yeah, Pokemon Pinball. There is Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, yeah, the Game Boy version?
Yep.
Okay.
There is also
I mean,
another one.
we'd be remiss if we don't mention Kirby's Dream Land.
Yes. Yep.
I feel like Kirby's Dream Land has to be a launch game for a Game Boy service on Switch.
You figure? Yep.
I mean, it's one of the most popular Kirby games of all time. Everyone
sure,
remembers
yeah.
Kirby's Dream Land. That's why they've remade the levels in it 1 billion times over the years because it's
Right.
like, so popular.
Right.
So that has to be there.
I mean, you got Metroid 2.
You know what would be fun to come back?
Yeah.
Wario Land.
Yes.
Why? Okay, WarioWare is great. We have a new WarioWare game coming this month. Really excited for it. I'm probably going to pick it up day one. We'll see. I might wait for reviews. I don't know. I've enjoyed some of the WarioWare games, and I love that they did this kooky stuff with Wario. But it's kind of like Waluigi. Like, Waluigi has never really had his own game. It's always been part of the sports series. That's fine, but Wario has. Not just the WarioWare. Wario Land. He had... Guys, for those who don't even know, because you didn't grow up with it, Wario Land was a side-scrolling 2D platformer. And it was amazing. Like, you're like, oh, Nintendo has a bunch of those. They do. And this one was somehow still different from all the rest.
Right.
Just like Country's different. Just like Kirby's different. Mario, none of them feel the same. Kid Icarus, none of these games feel the same. And it's a shame that Wario Land just kind of vanished. So that's one that I really hope is there at launch day one. Wario needs his love. And I think it might fit really well since they obviously have that new WarioWare game coming.
Right.
Kind of
right.
like a double
no,
promotion.
For sure. Absolutely. Two of them that I really, really want to see again is Mario Golf, Mario Tennis.
Okay,
Because
yep,
those
the
were
Game Boy Color ones.
Those were
Yeah,
the best Mario Golf, Mario
Oh
Tennis.
yeah, by far,
And
by far.
which really disappoints me that Super Rush was only okay.
Yeah,
Because I started playing it. I'm like, okay, this
the
is
single player. They did finally add online leaderboards though.
Oh, did they?
So
Okay.
I need to try it out since the online leaderboards because it actually might be fun now because at least online I
Yeah.
can make it like a competition and try to become number
True.
one ranked and stuff.
True.
But which is what I wanted in single player. But if it's there in multiplayer, technically that's even better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, the single player mode could have been.
I mean, I haven't really
Oh,
played
I had
any
hopes.
multiplayer modes, so maybe those are way better.
I
but-
had hopes. There's a lot of options out there, and yeah, there were multiple Wario Land games, of course. I think they went up to 3 or 4 before they stopped making the series just out of nowhere. There's Donkey Kong Land. That wasn't a country one. That was an exclusive for Game Boy. There was Dr. Mario. That was also on Game Boy. Again,
Nice, yeah.
if you notice, a big theme here is like a lot of games they had on like the NES. They also happen to eventually bring the Game Boy.
Right.
So there is a lot of crossover there. But it's just going through. Like, I'm literally staring at this giant list of games.
Yeah, me too.
You know, all the Mega Man games they had ported
Right,
over.
yep. Harvest Moon.
Jeez. I mean, my God.
Harvest Moon,
back
Game
when
Boy Color,
Harvest
yeah.
back when Harvest Moon was the shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my God. I mean, I know, granted, it's been now that the studio behind that's now actually making another game that's very similar, but Still, man, Harvest Moon back on Game Boy, man, 1998. Oh, that was great. Can't forget, this is a game that's been remade quite recently.
Okay.
Metroid 2: Return of Samus.
Yes.
They have
Yeah.
Metroid Dread coming out. Now's the time. Wouldn't it be funny if we have this version on Switch before we have the remade version that was released for 3DS?
Right.
Because that
Right.
makes sense. That
Yeah,
game should have
yeah,
never been
for
on
sure.
3DS. That should have been just a Switch game the whole time. Then again, because they with the 3DS, maybe that's why we're getting Metroid Dread when we are, because the studio behind that's making this. Castlevania 2.
Turok 2.
Turok. Oh, I forgot about Gargoyle Quest.
Oh, yeah. For
Gargoyle
sure.
Quest.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I see it. Well,
Paperboy.
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 So yeah, Final
God,
Fantasy
that game was
Adventure.
so hard,
I
though.
remember playing Final Fantasy Adventure back in the day. Let's see here. Balloon Kid, kind of the sequel to
Balloon Fight.
Balloon Fight.
Yeah.
Super Mario Land.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this was
yeah.
an interesting one because Super Mario Land was actually very difficult compared to the other Mario games at the time. And it's one of the reasons that I feel like that version of Mario kind of died off. Because Super Mario Land was just a very difficult Mario game. But it's also a classic. It's from the 80s. I would love to see that come back. Let me see here. Obviously, Tetris has got to be there, right? I mean, Tetris is a
you'd
Game
figure.
Boy staple.
Yeah.
Tetris is like the game. Like, it's the Wii Sports of Game Boy. If it's insane. If we get a new member, want to check the member? I don't have the member. Oh, there it is. It's on my screen now.
yeah.
Amor, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 underscore. Welcome to the board of directors of the Nintendo Prime. Thank you for becoming a champion. I greatly appreciate that. Did we miss another one in there? Or is that the same one?
No, that's
No, that's the same one. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amor, for becoming a member. So, yeah, as you can see, there's just a lot of really, really great Game Boy games. I'm sure we didn't mention some of your guys' favorites. Like, one thing that's going to be hard to bring back is like the Game Boy camera, right? That's like a really big deal back then.
Right.
Unless they release an accessory, which they did give us NES controllers that slide on the side. They did give us SNES controllers that slide on the side. You can't give us a Game Boy controller. They slide on the side, just
Slide
a
a
charge.
camera.
Just
Slide
a
a
charge.
camera.
For wireless controllers.
Slide a camera.
Can you slide a Game Boy camera on the side? Will they release a Game Boy camera accessory?
The other thing that they could do is put it into the USB-C slot
Well,
and
they
then have
could,
it.
but they're not going to
have
do
it in the
that.
back.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to slide
Yeah.
it on the side. Will they do it, though? That's
Ooh,
the
we
bigger
got another
question.
member.
Will they do it? Will they do it? Did we? That hasn't popped
Yeah.
up on my screen yet.
Yeah.
Want to shout them out? Who is it?
Jeremy Schroer.
Thank you, Jeremy Schroer, for becoming the latest member of the board of directors for Nintendo Prime. You have joined the champion ranks. I greatly appreciate the support. All right. So, yeah, it's just a lot of great games for Game Boy out
God.
there.
Yeah, that was
Game Boy was that was, some people consider it like the heyday of handheld gaming for Nintendo. And it's weird because Game Boy Advance had a lot of great stuff. Obviously, DS and 3DS as well, Switch. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Game Boy had such a long generation. From the 80s, literally up to like the year 2000. I mean,
right?
it was
Yeah.
12, 13, 14 years on the market. Just super long. Just kept selling like crazy. From the fat to the light to the color. What version color did you have? Did you have the purple one that you could see through?
No, I had green.
You had the green one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go- Please, come on.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm,
Come on.
like I'm supposed to
I
remember
know,
what one
yeah.
you had. I
No,
had
I
like
had
5 of them.
Yeah,
so.
I had the green one.
like a
My
break
sister had a
them.
yellow one.
Was it the Pikachu one?
No,
was
I
a
don't think it
Pikachu
was.
one.
But yeah, no, it was.
Pika Pika.
But she did have yellow.
Pokemon
Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, there's
So-
so many great games that could come. I gotta say, I'm assuming Nintendo Life is correct with their sources. I am very happy we're getting Game Boy games. I obviously I'd like to see more N64, Game Boy Advance, but I mean, I keep going back to this.
Even better yet,
What?
1989 to 2003.
Yeah.
That's the lifespan.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance was out before that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But here's my thing. When you think about the Nintendo Switch Online service, I kept thinking, I really want N64. I really want Game Boy Advance. Some Game Boy Advance games are being remade right now, like Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot. Those were Game Boy Advance games. You see, obviously, N64, some of those coming back. As an example, in Super Mario 3D All-Stars, we got Mario 64 back, and if you split it up, $60, 3 games, it's like a $20 value. Whether or not they value it that way, I don't know, but again, that's just a way for us to rationalize things. So you're just thinking, okay, even if you down that to $10 instead, it's still one of those situations where I think when you have an online service that's $20 a year, I just don't think that Nintendo is ever going to give us more than Game Boy. I think this might even be it for right now until they raise the price.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, some people have said, oh, but the other games are giving us more modern games. Yeah, but okay, it's $15 a month or $60 a year. And yeah, they're giving you old games that are from like a year ago at least. And some of them are really good, like Horizon Forbidden West. That was on PSN, not that long ago. But here's the thing. By the time they added it, it was selling less than 1,000 copies in the last quarter.
Oops.
Nintendo is not going to charge you $60 a year and give you Breath of the Wild as part of the service. When Breath of the Wild is still selling 3 to 4 million units per year, and not just selling 3 to 4 million per year at MSRP of $59.99.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. So, I'm just throwing it out there that I just don't foresee how they could really do much about this. I feel like until they raise the price, I think Game Boy is probably it. Now, I'm hoping we get monthly updates, of course, and they continue, like for at least the next 6 months, give us new games every month. We'll see. But we obviously need to get this announced. And I guess this is kind of a nice segue into the Direct.
Yeah.
So, not sure you saw the news. The Monolith Soft website has scheduled maintenance next week.
Okay.
That scheduled maintenance is on the 8th.
Okay.
Which would, the time that it's at would actually be the 7th for us over here, which is a Tuesday.
Yep.
And they have done Nintendo Directs traditionally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, except for like the last 2 or 3 have been on Wednesdays.
Fair enough.
Okay. There is rumors floating out there about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So some people think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is about to be in the Direct. The site's going down because they're going to be updating it with Xenoblade Chronicle 3 stuff.
Ooh.
And boom, bring it into the world of the Direct.
Yeah.
So
it's possible. Sure.
So that's kind of the speculation out there. Plus, there's been numerous people, Samus Hunter, Zippo, who I just kind of threw him under the bus today, but he's kind of thrown himself under the bus. Nate the Hate, and others out there that have basically said we're getting a Direct this September. Logic tells you we're getting a Direct this month. But here's the thing, and this has been an ongoing conversation I feel like I've had with a number of people about rumors, leaks, and all of this. And I want to get your thoughts because I'm obviously someone that covers rumors and leaks.
Yeah.
I try to make sure that I go with people that have track records. Like Zippo, he's on my shit list now. Won't be probably covering him for maybe ever again. If he doesn't start getting a bunch of stuff right, there's no reason for me to continue to even follow him. In fact, I think I unfollowed him, so I literally don't even pay attention to him right now until it turns out he gets some other stuff right. But like Practical Brush 12 on Reddit and others, Emily Rogers, I'll still continue to cover these people. But it brings up this interesting situation because I feel like what happened is we hit like a crescendo with Switch Pro. Remember
Oh God, yeah.
how much Switch Pro rumors were floating out there?
Yeah.
No matter how many tinfoil hats I threw on and everything, people still got pissed at me when all we got was Switch OLED. Like, it's my fault that that they were excited for something. And I was excited, too.
Yeah. I mean, we had that whole topic of I thought they could have did more.
But at the same point, in the same, breath, thinking about this logically, I'm not really sure what people expect.
Yeah.
Rumors... Like literally every rumor video I think I've done so far since E3, I've wore a tinfoil hat for. Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying to project, and I'm trying to make it obvious that rumors are rumors. They
right.
are not meant to be believed. They are meant to have skepticism.
Yeah.
And I feel like what happened is not enough skepticism was around the Switch Pro rumors, or not enough attention paid to the right rumors. Mm-hmm. Credit to Nate the Hate. He actually was one that said there were 2 different platforms coming. So, this is one of those situations where I feel like a lot of people are I still get angry comments every now and then every time I mention a rumor. And like today when I mentioned, Zippo was wrong and all this, but hey, look, there's this new thing from Nintendo, maybe it's next week. I have no idea when it is. And I try to be clear, I don't have my own sources. I literally, you guys watching right now, I'm you.
Yeah.
I'm you. If you're a parent, I raise children. I'm in college. If you're a college student, I'm in college. Jobs, all that jazz. I do YouTube for fun. I try to do it well. But you know what? The bottom line is I don't have any sources. I know nobody at Nintendo. I used to know someone at Golan Harris. Mm-hmm. They don't work there anymore. So I know nobody. I'm not going to say I don't know anybody in the industry. I know a few developers here and there. None of them work at Nintendo.
Yeah.
I know not a soul. I'm not like AndresRestart. I love Andres. But every now and then he reminds people that he has a little birdie. He knows someone who knows someone who works at Nintendo, and it's like, I don't even know someone who knows someone. I know nothing.
My uncle works at Nintendo.
So, I try to. It's why I get confused. People get mad at me. I'm like, I'm not the source. If you you might have heard it from me first.
Yeah.
But I'm not the originator. It's all publicly available. So, I throw this to you. Like, what are your thoughts on like rumor and leak culture, and I guess the integrity that goes behind it? And because like it's not just this, it's everything.
Yeah.
iPhone rumors and
it's,
Rumor City. I mean, just go to any political channel.
Yeah.
And, like 90% of the news is rumors.
Yeah.
So like, what are your thoughts on like the integrity behind this and like how you maybe handle that kind of stuff in topics that you're interested in, like sport rumors? Deal with that all the time. Like, how do you as someone as an onlooker be like? Do you go in with that skepticism? Do you go in with the expectations? Do you set yourself really, really high like we were for Switch Pro? And, like, who do you blame when things don't work out? Do you blame yourself? Do you blame where you heard it from?
Yeah. Well, you always go to the original Nintendo.
Damn it, Nintendo! It's really your fault.
It's your fault.
bastards.
No, yeah, you didn't deliver the rumors. No, you for the okay. No, with even like sports rumors, things like that, I always try to verify it across different platforms, different people, and even then, rumors are rumors. It's you take it with a grain of salt until it's proven true, and and if it doesn't come true, some of them are disappointing. Like the Switch Pro rumors, those were extremely disappointing that they didn't come out with, as much as I think they probably could have, or as much as the rumors were insinuating that they could have, and especially considering that some of these rumors were coming from some relatively credible people.
Very credible.
So that was the
Takahashi
part.
Machizuki's track record is impeccable.
Right.
It's very weird that he got multiple sources mixed up to be the same platform. He didn't even realize it was two different platforms, and that's rough.
And here's the other thing too: is it's also a rumor, and at the time of their reporting, may be true. But things happen behind the scenes that you got to remember. That at the time of their reporting it, it may have been true, but things changed.
As an example, Star Fox Racing was rumored to be the game in development by Retro Studios before they took over Metroid Prime, and apparently it's on the shelf or been canceled. We don't actually know if that game ever existed.
Yeah.
But it very well could have. It could have been canceled. So it's like, we don't... I'm not the source on any of this. I try to keep an open mind on the possibilities. Like, we have all guesses and rumors and reports about why Netflix isn't on Switch, but none of us actually know. We have all these guesses, rumors, and things about what happened with that unprecedented partnership between EA and Nintendo on Wii U. We can guess, we can talk about it, we can give opinions, informed opinions.
Right.
I feel like I have informed opinions, but they're still opinions.
Right.
And I feel like what happens is, and this is just from my side, when I read the comments, I get angry about rumors and reports, especially when they're wrong, is, they heard it from me, so it's your fault.
No.
Here's the way I look at it. I am just a middleman delivering news and giving opinions. I'm a talking head. Okay, you watch, like, if any of you guys are sports fans and you watch First Take or any of those talking head shows, I'm kind of that, but for video games. Except those people claim to have sources on things. I don't.
Yeah.
My sources are publicly available.
And they still
to all
say
you guys.
stupid shit.
Yeah, and they still say stupid shit.
They have sources and still say stupid shit.
I love it. Some of Skip Bayless's sources are like, my sources say Aaron Rodgers this and Aaron Rodgers like, no. That just was never a thing.
Right.
It's like, you're lying. But it's a interesting situation for me because I'm the content creator that deals with it, and the obvious thing to do is just don't cover them, right?
Well,
you can say that. You can say and there's plenty. By the way, there's a lot of YouTubers that just won't. So why do it? Because I get excited about prospects of the future. Mm-hmm. That's like what I'm a news channel for the most part. We talk news, we give opinions on news. I do occasional opinions on video games and that I'm playing, and we do live streams every now and then of a game like Skyward Sword HD. But bottom line is, I mostly talk about news. I'm basically kind of like an ESPN for video games. So when I think about that, my opinions are not meant to be law. If I am starting to believe a rumor, like from Takahashi Machizuki with Switch Pro, there is almost a partial responsibility because people will agree with you, or they want to.
Right.
And I think part of like with the Switch Pro is people wanted it to exist so bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
They get even more pissed off when they find out it's not existing, at least yet. Like I was never super pissed off when Switch OLED was announced. I was kind of excited, but then also like, okay, Like, this kind of makes sense. They did the 3DS XL before they did the new 3DS. This is basically the Switch XL. I get it. A year from now, they could still announce the Pro. Again, we're not saying that's going to happen, but it's like a...
Starting a rumor here. No.
But it's one of those situations where it could happen. And here we are with direct rumors, and we're going to keep getting direct rumors all the time. Like, when this one's done, there'll be rumors about when the next direct's going to be. There'll be rumors when the next video game, presentation's going to happen. Because Xenoblade got one on its own. Is Metroid Dread going to get one? Even though I feel like we're almost getting too much information on Metroid Dread right now. But I don't blame them. They're trying really hard to make sure everyone who is even remotely interested in Metroidvania games picks up Dread. But I'm sitting here and sitting back and going, you know what? I think it's all part of blame culture. Nobody wants to take responsibility for themselves, including me, by the way. I do have a responsibility to my audience to try to deliver as close to correct information as I can and to give informed opinions. And my opinions are going to be wrong sometimes. As an example, in my opinion, we'll get a Nintendo Direct on September 13th or earlier. Why? Because the last 4 September Directs happened on September 13th or earlier. Not because I actually know. So my informed opinion is that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't happen, there'll be people saying, you were wrong, you're so full of shit. And it's like, but it's just an opinion.
Right.
We all have opinions.
Right.
We all have our own, for various reasons. Whether you believe in rumors, whether you're looking at history.
That person's never been wrong, too. Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I always say this. Everyone's allowed to have their opinions, and everyone's allowed to be wrong. It happens. Sometimes people have opinions that are already wrong, and they just don't know it because they're not informed. Mm-hmm. That's why we say informed opinions. Like, if, in my opinion, the Direct's going to happen next week, and I say that tomorrow after the Direct was announced, and I just didn't notice it was announced, okay, I was misinformed. I was not up to date with current events. And that happens sometimes when people give opinions on things they haven't played or don't know about that we actually have factual-based information on. Like someone, there was someone who told me there was microtransactions in Breath of the Wild, and I asked them, have you played Breath of the Wild? And they said no. Well, their opinion's invalid because, one, we know there's not microtransactions in Breath of the Wild, but we know that because we've played it, and they haven't. So they're not informed. So I try to give informed opinions. If people wonder why I'm buying all the latest games on Switch because I'm trying to keep myself informed, even if it's not a game I'm going to enjoy. Like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy WarioWare or not, but I'm still going to pick it up probably, if not day one, within the first week. Why? So I'm informed on what's happening with that game. Mm-hmm. So I know how to talk about it when situations arise where people in the chat want to talk about it, or maybe a bit of controversy comes up around what's going on. Well, I want firsthand knowledge of that. I don't want to just be reading about it. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it so hard to talk about things like Activision Blizzard and all the stuff going on there, because I don't have firsthand knowledge.
Right.
We have accusations, and then we have denials, and then we have staff walkouts, and we don't have all the information. They're shredding files. They're claiming they're not shredding files related to it. Okay, why are you shredding files then in general? Like, what are you trying to hide then if that's not what you're... Like, so there's so much we don't know. What we do know is, okay, we see some trailers for games like Call of Duty Vanguard. Okay, it looks pretty good. Do we not buy the game, even though those developers still work really hard on it and deserve us to play their work, but it also supports the corporate machine? But is the corporate machine even wrong? What's really going on? How bad is it? Is what they're accused of, is it actually 10 times worse? Or is none of it true?
Yeah.
Is it all unfounded? And we can look at things, the Cosby Suite and everything. We can look at all the facts of the situation, and the bottom line is we're all outsiders looking in. We weren't part of it. We weren't there. We weren't the ones being harassed. We weren't the females that were supposedly getting their ass grabbed and having naked pictures of them sent around to other staff members. We weren't involved. Mm-hmm. We're all outsiders looking in. So it's okay for us to be a little bit uninformed on stuff like that. And that's why I've been very careful about even talking about that situation, because what am I supposed to say?
Right.
I wasn't involved. Now, if I can get an interview with someone who was involved, that's different, because then I'm getting a first-hand experience and I can ask questions that I have. But from my perspective, it sounds disgusting. It sounds horrible. Activision should go bankrupt. But also, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with these rumors. I don't have any direct sources. I look at the track records, and I tell you how much I believe it or not. And if I believe something, like I believed in Takahashi Machizuki, and it turns out to be wrong, it does feel personally like I'm a little bit responsible for leading people astray. But was I? Did I tell you it's for sure going to happen? So I went back through some of my Switch Pro stuff, and there were some times where I heavily insinuated, oh yeah, it's going to happen, eventually. Or it's going to happen, we just don't know when. And there were times that I said that. But then I go back and I get the full context of that conversation, every single time, it was either, do I believe this rumor? Do I not believe this rumor? Here are my thoughts. Here is my opinion. And then it gets into things where it sounds matter of fact. Like if you just clip people out of context, you can get them saying a billion things. So I feel like we have a personal responsibility to realize that all of us, when we're watching rumors, when we're reading leaks, when we're delving into all the stuff, deep diving into the world of leaks and rumors, which I'm obviously deep in. Some people even call me leak prime, rumor prime. I don't know. Most of what I report on has nothing to do with leaks and rumors. Today, there was 3 stories in my thing. 2 of them were legit things that actually happened. And one of them was just talking about speculation around the Monolith Soft thing, which is factually happening next week. And then we speculated around it. There wasn't really a rumor. It wasn't really a leak. We just speculated about it just like we did a moment ago. So I feel like we all need to accept some personal responsibility. I told you we needed to make these shirts, and we still haven't made them yet. We need to make some hype responsibly shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that's not a thing yet. By the way, we have brand new merchandise. We have it in the description. We got a link. Dude, the merch is sick. We got these sick hats now with the Nintendo Prime text. We got some new zip hoodies that are just baller. Dude, we got some new merch. It looks phenomenal. And hype responsibly. We need. We've been saying it for months, and we need to get on it. It's literally text. How hard is it to make a text? Sure, but we need to make it. We'll make that happen here. Maybe by next podcast. That'll be the goal. Have a hype responsibly shirt. Maybe we don't announce it until we buy some ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to have some new merch coming in here in the next few weeks. So you guys can see it too, not just look at it on the website. You can actually see what it looks like. Because obviously what you see on the website, it's all digitized, and you're not going to really know what the real deal looks like till you see it on camera or see it in person. But I don't know. That's just kind of my feelings on it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No. I mean, as long as it's labeled as long as people know going in, rumor, leak, not news, not 100% factual.
It's possible.
That's on you.
It's a possibility.
That's also on them for also going in 100% believing everything they hear in that. Then.
And again, I think there's a lot of, if there's something you want to happen and you hear a rumor or leak about it, you're tended to be like, it's happening, it's real. Guys, I saw a rumor on 4chan that said Crash Bandicoot's getting added to Smash. I want Crash Bandicoot in Smash. It's real. It's legit. Let's get it out there. Crash Bandicoot's being added to Smash. Headline right now. But, like, it's a 4chan thing. And you guys notice, how often do I source 4chan? It's just not reliable. Right. Every now and then you'll have, like, this really long leak that's got, like, 80 things on it. And all of a sudden you get halfway through the year. And in order, down the list, the first 40 things happened. And then you're like, okay. At that point, we probably got to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I pretty much ignore 4chan leaks because there's no way to verify any of it. There are real leaks that happen, but that's the whole point. It's anonymous. You don't know, so you can't really... Someone will be like, oh, I'm the one that leaked this. Are you? I don't know who the hell you are. It's anonymous. I mean, I could say that. I could be on there. I'm the one that leaked everything everything Practical Brush 12 has ever said. I'm the one that gave them all that information. You have no idea.
Until they get fired from their job, and then you're like, oh, wait, maybe they did.
Shout out to Johnny Hernandez. He gave a $1 super chat earlier. That's why I had this cap shot.
Right.
Thank you so much. Woo! And then we got Austin Girdley is the latest member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Thank you so much for joining the leadership ring. I appreciate your support of our show.
Woo!
We are going to keep this podcast going every single week as far as I can tell moving forward. Yeah. Even if Eric can't make it, I'll find someone else to sub in like I did a few weeks ago when I had Paul Gale Network in. We are going to try to have guests on a lot of the episodes, but we have decided, for the sake of continuity, and because I think Eric and I can be entertained enough on our own, we're not always going to have a guest. So that's why there's no guest this week. Yeah. But we'll probably have one next week. I'm talking to a few people.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, any final thoughts? Round it all out.
No, I think we covered it pretty well. I think, like I said, as long as you know going in, everything, that's kind of partially on you, partially on them, partially on everybody. So, kind of goes around a little bit to everybody.
Sure. All right. So our last topic, and by the way, we're going to be going probably till 10:30. So we'll probably get some time to get some fan topics in from the chat. That'll be sweet. In fact, I'm actually debating on doing a completely fan topic podcast eventually, but I'll let you guys know that ahead of time. You guys might even be able to submit topics ahead of time. All that jazz. We might take some live from the chat as well. Kind of like a live Q&A sort of thing, except there might be long-form conversations.
Yeah.
But let me see. What was the other topic? Do you even remember what it was?
That?
Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Midnight Suns.
Yeah, Midnight Suns. Yeah, that's right.
You know the thing playing right there?
Perfect time
Almost
to
perfect timing.
So we're gonna watch the gameplay for Midnight Suns, which is coming to Switch. So this is the end of the trailer. We give it a moment, and it's going to restart the trailer here. And we're gonna see some gameplay here for Marvel's Midnight Sun. This gameplay debuted today. Someone's gonna yell at me about pronouncing it.
Yeah.
Debuted. It debuted today.
Yes.
So this is interesting. This is one that's being made by the XCOM team.
Okay. That has me.
Like, you wanna know why we don't have the audio going, guys? It plays copyrighted music, so.
Yeah, copyrights.
So Fire Access Games, again, the people who made XCOM. So we expected this to be XCOM-like gameplay, and it kind of is, but it's also not.
Okay.
You'll see here.
Yeah.
It looks very interesting. So we're getting a lot of story stuff here. Marvel, going to be heavy story.
Yeah.
Not a shocker there. So I'm assuming that these are in-game cutscenes. They look great, and I doubt this is the Switch version.
Probably
Of course not.
Yeah.
But
I don't have to worry about that.
It is coming to Switch.
can
This is
get
one of
it
the
for
big.
Xbox.
This was like one of the big announcements at last week at
Yeah.
Gamescom. All right, so we're still
Nice.
seeing some cutscene like stuff going on. There's Blade, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's like, where's the gameplay? This is the gameplay trailer. Where's the gameplay? I kept thinking like we're halfway through the trailer. Where's the gameplay?
Right.
It's like, what is going on? Okay, she's doing something, powering up. What the hell is happening? So I kept thinking like, what the hell is happening? Right? Like this is
I
gameplay
think they're showing off Ultimate.
or something, yeah, right? But like, also, where's the actual gameplay?
Right.
For a gameplay reveal,
Right.
that's one criticism I have. Okay, so I assume you can walk through like that.
Yep.
Maybe. So cards.
Okay.
So card abilities. So it's like a card style RPG. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Rotten Kato's baby all the way.
Interesting.
Text.
Cool, yeah. I haven't thought of
Text
that.
options, just like in
Yeah.
Mass Effect. There's your card count. Now look at this. Here's some actual gameplay. And I gotta say, this is not what I expected.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, I love Doctor Strange. But like, it's not what I expected. It's like a new age XCOM. I guess maybe that's what I should have expected.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect the card battle system.
Right. You get your.
The full 3D environments with like the over-the-shoulder look, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be more top-down. And maybe that's just the perspective of those characters with those abilities.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I think that's all the gameplay we get. It's just a bunch of flash. That's one of his obviously special abilities we're seeing from some of the characters. So I mean, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
The question I have is obviously, we're both big Marvel fans. Does this interest you? Again, it's coming to Switch, and you also have an Xbox Series X coming, by the way. In case people don't know, whoa, Xbox Series X, you should have it here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
First time trying to buy it too.
the first time, yeah, lucky bastard.
I know, right?
So I mean, thoughts.
Looks good. The XCOM team has me excited. I wonder if it is actually coming to. Do we know if it's coming to Game Pass? Midnight Suns. Is it coming to Game Pass? Don't know, because otherwise I was gonna say I might try it on that, and then if need be, I can buy it on Switch. But I'm not seeing anything about that. So no, you know what? Still looks good. I might actually buy it.
So you might actually buy it.
Yeah.
Do you want?
Yeah.
All right, give some more thoughts on it quick. I just realized something on my audio channel I need to fix.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's okay.
Fantastic.
New
Yeah.
computer. Anyways, go.
Oh, yeah. That sounded like
It was a shot glass. We're fine.
fantastic.
We're fine.
Shot
Don't
glass
step on
down.
it. Shot glass down. Shot glass down.
No! No! Yeah, no, I agree with you though. For this being a gameplay trailer, it was what, maybe, how long is this trailer total? 10 seconds of gameplay? I really wish we saw more. Cutscenes and
video scenes look really awesome. But yeah, no, I just, I'm not sure exactly. This could be fun. It's updated possible XCOM. Yeah. Not the gumdrop buttons. Oh wait. Oh.
No, it was my giant Goodwill German shot glass that I paid $0.25 for.
Oh,
No!
You bastards! Yeah, right.
I
right,
fixed
yeah.
the Echo too, guys.
Yeah.
I realized what it was as soon as I saw it being mentioned.
Yeah, right.
And I fixed some of you guys were only getting audio out of one ear.
Yeah.
I had it down mixed to mono. I forgot that this runs through mono, not stereo. So all right.
Hey.
Again,
Again, audio stuff.
things that
New
we're
PCs.
that we're fixing.
New PC.
Sounds better as fixed. Yeah. Sorry if it's been going on the whole time. I really apologize. I think that was only going on when we switched over to this because it has extra audio channels for us because we have the extra cameras.
Right.
Anyways,
Hooray.
audio's still
Yeah.
cracking. A crack-a-lacking.
Yes.
What do you want me to do about that? Again, I'm not in an ideal mic situation.
Yeah,
at the moment,
no. Not
So,
quite.
this mic could be cracking. I have no idea right now. So yeah, I think it actually looks really good. So day one for you.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Depending on what
Switch or
else is around.
Xbox?
Switch, probably. I mean,
wait a second. You actively could be playing it on the better system
I
with
know.
a higher frame rate
I know.
in 4K.
I know.
And
Xbox
you're
One,
going.
Nintendo Switch.
And you're going Switch.
Yeah, again, I don't know. It's just the possibility of having this on the go, and maybe it's a double purchase.
Oh.
I mean, depending on how good it is.
Did you get Ultimate Alliance 3, right? Did you
No,
get that?
actually, I didn't.
Oh, you
I know.
still haven't done that?
I should.
What's wrong with
I
you?
know.
It's so good.
I know.
Ultimate, and that is Switch only.
And that I loved Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. So I'm.
And we played it at E3, and it
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I really
God.
need to get that too. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's been a backlog of games for me. Trying to find time and trying to find work has just been absolutely nuts. So, I mean, I just put in 3 hours of overtime, 4 hours of overtime last week, plus some. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we're talking pretty much 8 hours straight of being on the phone. So, the last couple weeks. So it's been, you get home and my brain is fried, and it's like, yeah, I could play games. I can't focus. I literally cannot focus. So games are kind of out the window. So yeah, no, but it may be a double purchase depending on how fun it is.
Nice. Hopefully the audio is sounding better for you guys too. I did all the adjustments I can do for now. We'll do a test on this on another live stream when it's not a podcast. Make sure we're good for next week. Plus, I got to order new microphones now, which sucks. But actually, it'd be kind of cool because technically the mic you're using is the better of the two.
Yeah.
And now we'll have 2 of those.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. We'll see.
Yeah.
I might just buy all new. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Might get the Uka. That's like maybe wireless even. We'll see.
Oh.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Whoa.
Whoa now. Whoa. We'll see. All right. That's right. You guys know I'm always trying to provide the best experience I can for you guys. Again, a lot of hiccups are going to happen with the new computer. I've even had hiccups with my editing and stuff. It just takes a while because I don't have all the stuff I'm used to having, and I'm trying to remember everything I had. And the old computer's down for the count at the moment. It's not broken. I just got some stuff to do with it. It's in pieces. I'm cleaning it, basically, so I'm getting it ready to be able to be sold. And I don't want to send someone a dirty computer, of course. That would just be a dick move.
I mean,
people do it all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Everything works.
Yeah.
But all right. So I guess this is where we'll get into topics from the chat. If you guys have anything you'd like us to talk about, any questions, be sure to toss it in the chat. Obviously, super chat questions will be the priority. You guys have us here for like the next 20 minutes or so. Anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. I've been a lot of crazy stuff happening since the last podcast. So it's hard for me to always remember everything off the bat. I do want to, obviously, a big shout out to gaining 3 new members in our podcast. So I really appreciate it. I do plan to get live streams going a bit more often here too, guys. I know it's been a bit sparse. Again, just still working out all the kinks with the new computer and getting everything going. So the podcast, I think for now, it's working fine. So this mic won't be used in the future. This mic's only even out kind of because I use it for class. To attend digital class.
Oh, really?
Amor had a super chat earlier. That's right. Let's get to his first. That dealt with the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And he said, which I can't bring it up now. Hold on.
Fantastic. Oh, jump back in the video.
No. Yeah. Right. Look at this. YouTube is so bad.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'll jump back and see if I can find it.
You probably can. I'm gonna open it up on Streamlabs. It was about Breath of the Wild 2. I remember that. And was it Splatoon 3?
Possibly.
Or Xenoblade 3? I'm trying to remember exactly more. I apologize because we're too much further into the chat now. It doesn't load it. I'm heading to my dashboard right now to see if it even has it up, which I don't think it does.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it just has I got paid the big bucks, but it doesn't have the rest of it. So
Wow.
That helps.
Wow.
So I'll just wait for you to kind of maybe repeat that in the chat, and I'll get to it right away as soon as
Yeah, let's just. I was gonna say just add him, but
yeah. until Amor gets back to me, Natsu says, I want to know if Eric is still hyped for Back 4 Blood.
Why do you think I got the Xbox?
First try.
Yeah.
He got an Xbox Series X. First drop. He attempted,
Yeah.
got it. Shout out Jake Randall.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And, do we have the right thing up right now? Why is it on the timer?
Oh, I jumped back.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
Because I'm special like that. I
You're
jumped
special
back
like
into
that.
play. Yeah.
So, yeah, Back 4... That's literally why he bought an
Yeah.
Xbox, because it's on Game Pass, so why the hell not?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Zach Karinsky said, what do you think of Nintendo's plan for the next 3D Mario is? So I keep thinking we're getting an Odyssey 2, because Odyssey 1 sold so well. But then I'm like, but
hope.
Galaxy 2 didn't sell extremely well compared to Galaxy 1, so maybe they're not doing that. Maybe they're just going to give us a whole new experience.
3.
Okay, oh my god.
Galaxy 3.
That's what you hope?
I don't know. Sure, that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Amor's was, okay, I said, do you all think we will get Bayonetta 3 or Breath of the Wild 2
That's what it was.
at the September Direct?
Right.
I don't think we're going to see Breath of the Wild 2 till next year. Again, I know we saw it at E3. I don't think we're seeing. I don't think it's an early year release next year. Now, caveat: if it is an early year release, we will see it at this Direct.
Right.
I don't think it. I think it's their plan to be their big holiday game next year. So I think they're going to wait until next year's Direct or E3 to show it.
I guess that'll confirm it or deny it.
Yeah.
If it shows, it's probably early next year. If it doesn't, then we know it's probably late next year.
No, Bayonetta 3 is that interesting one.
Yeah.
Because Kamiya has basically said publicly they're ready to show it. It's just they're waiting for Nintendo to say you can show it.
So yeah, maybe this would be the time to do it.
So I think
September.
I almost think
Direct?
Bayonetta 3 is done. To be honest, I literally the way Kamiya talks about it, I feel like the game is just done. So it's just when does Nintendo want to release it? And I don't think it's releasing this year. And so because I don't think it's releasing this year, I don't think they're going to show it now. Now it could be a February, March game next year. It could, but I think they're going to use a bigger IP than that. I think this has a better chance to be a summer game. I think Bayonetta 3 is going to personally be unveiled at the Game Awards this year. They did unveil it originally at the Game Awards.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So it would make sense to follow it up there.
Yeah.
Throw
No,
Jeff
no, for
Keighley
sure,
a bone,
for sure,
and it's
for
a
sure.
summer game next year.
Yeah. No, that would make sense too.
So
Yeah,
I don't think
I get
either
that.
of those. I think it's more likely we get a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 reveal, and that might be the game that releases next March.
Big
Or
reveal of the.
that Donkey Kong
Correct.
rumored game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's supposedly almost done. I think one of those two are probably likely to be unveiled as an early release next year. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't really know. I'm personally, you tell me there's more Zelda, I'm jumping
okay
out
with
of
it.
my chair and might not have clothes on, so we might have to cut the stream short. Point is that I get really
Yeah.
excited about Zelda more than anything because it's my favorite franchise. So, absolutely, I would love for there to be Breath of the Wild 2 personally. I just don't think it's going to happen. What do you think?
God, again, if it's coming next year early, we'll probably see it. If it's not, we won't. So that's a good thing, good probably barometer of is the game coming out early next year or not. But no, for sure, it's the rumor with the Microsoft that does tend to lead towards seeing Xenoblade 3. I mean, the Donkey Kong rumors, again, is a very good possibility. I like where you're going with that. There's plenty of things that they could show. The 2 rumored Kirby games that we're supposed to get,
Age of Calamity DLC.
there's that.
So speaking of Zelda, Nintendo Unite asks, when do you think we're going to get the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker ports?
Maybe they're going to do it all a year later. So sometime next year.
I think if Breath of the Wild 2 comes next year, it won't be next year.
No?
I think it'll be 2024.
Okay.
Or 2024, 2023. Whatever.
Yeah.
If Breath of the Wild 2 gets delayed next year, we'll get them next year.
Mm-hmm.
If Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year, we'll get them the following year. Because they do something Zelda every year.
What if Breath of the Wild 2 is late year, so...
I still don't think so. I think they have so many games coming next year. And again, Nintendo likes having something Zelda every year. This year, Skyward Sword HD. Next year, Breath of the Wild 2. The following year, Twilight Princess HD. The next year, Wind Waker HD or whatever. I think they're going to space it out.
Yeah.
Now, I do think because Jeff Grubb said that the games are already done. It's kind of like Metroid Prime 3 Trilogy HD, where I guess it's done. Again, rumors. That they're just holding it on the back burner. And if all that's true, because he's basically saying if Breath of the Wild 2 gets delayed, that's the backup plan. Drop those games next year.
Yeah.
So when I hear that, I think, well, then, yeah, they're not releasing it the same year. It's either next year or the year after. Whatever year Breath of the Wild 2 comes out in, it's going to
and
come
then
in the
that
other
also
year.
kind of tends to lead them towards it being an end of the year game too, because if it gets delayed at the beginning of the year, it's probably not going to be a full. You'd figure it would be a full
what made
year.
me think end of the year for holidays wasn't even, that kind of thought process. It was the way AG Anoma stated it.
No, absolutely, I agree.
We plan
to
have it out.
Right.
Plan.
Right. Exactly.
He wasn't even guaranteeing next year, which makes it sound like he thinks it might fall out of next year, which makes you feel like there's no way in hell that's early. But
a delay early in the year.
And then Bill Trennan said some interesting words as well. Anyways,
a delay in the early year is probably not going to push it to the following year. So them even talking about delaying into the next year tends to put it towards the back end of next year too. So
Michael Brown says, will we ever see Mario Kart Double Dash or Double Dash 2 on the Switch?
It'd be nice.
No.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I don't think it's happening, personally. I would love to be wrong, though. I really would. Amore12321_ says, Breath of the Wild 2 at the Game Awards? Maybe. If they're confident in next year. They did show it at the Game Awards, the original game in 2014, but then we didn't see it. Then it didn't come out until 2017. So if they're very confident at that point, it's next year. I could see them maybe having because it's the kind of game that is so big. Zelda's become so big thanks to Breath of the Wild that it would make a lot of sense at the Game Awards. It could literally steal the show depending on what they show. But I also think it doesn't need the Game Awards, so Bayonetta 3 probably needs that attention more. That's why I'm leaning toward, because I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to sell phenomenal, and they're not going to need.
Right.
But then again, if they show it there, could that lead to an extra $5 million in sales? Could it end up outselling the original Breath of the Wild? Those are all conversations we'll have down the line when we see what the launch sales are like, because I expect it to be the biggest launch in Zelda history. Whether or not that's going to translate to selling more than Breath of the Wild long haul, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10 mil in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, that'd be massive.
There's more people that own Switch now.
Right. Absolutely.
So, anyways.
When you outsell your system at the beginning.
General AMC says, I hate to be this guy, but I still haven't received my controller. Any news on that? What's up, man? So I'm assuming you're talking about the E3 stuff. So I have some good news. It hasn't been shipped yet.
That's great news, Nate.
So all the E3 stuff is still here. We're all good. We got it. Things will be packed up here. I think the plan right now is I'm gonna start shipping on September 19th, I believe, based on how different paychecks are lining up. September 19th was going to be when stuff starts getting shipped out, and everything was going to be shipped out by October 1st. So if you have a physical item from E3, haven't got it, don't worry. It's still coming. Everything's getting shipped out this month. Hopefully, we'll be sending you emails with tracking information. Can't guarantee that'll happen because there's so much stuff we're shipping out, and sometimes it's really hard on the receipt to figure out what was for where. Even though there's addresses attached, it gets really confusing. And it's a receipt, so I got to manually type it all out. Who knows? Maybe I could take an image and send it to people. Anyways, I'll try to get you tracking details. Especially for those people that said they were going on vacation, I understand that you want to know, hey, if it arrives and I'm not there, I want my neighbor to grab it from me or something so it doesn't get stolen.
Especially some of these.
I get it. Some of the stuff's really expensive, like the Switch. I get it. People don't want stuff to get stolen off their porch.
Right.
So we'll try, especially the expensive items. We'll try. If it's something that's not as expensive, say worth less than $50. Maybe I won't bother because it's just a lot of work. But either way, everything's being shipped out this month. That's the update. So that's the good news update. Literally, we're in September. Everything's being shipped out before we even give away the Switch OLED. So there you go. And whoever wins the Switch OLED won't have to wait. That's already pre-ordered. And it's going to be shipping directly from the retailer. So, to you. It won't come to me first. So, will you and Eric stream Back for Blood? I assume on Twitch if you do. I don't know.
Possibly.
That's one of those maybes. It wouldn't make sense to stream it on the channel because it's not on Switch. Right. But we do have the Twitch channel. And, when I stream on Twitch, it's 5 to 10 viewers. So it's not a lot of viewers. So it's is it worth streaming on Twitch?
I don't know. If we're bored one night, maybe.
If we're bored, maybe. We play Madden and we don't stream that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. So yes, guys, we play games that aren't just on Switch.
Yeah.
Do you guys think there'll be a Zelda 35 game like Mario 35? No. Why? Eric, do you remember why?
Oh God.
What did AG Anoma say?
I don't remember.
He said there are no other games currently in development for the Zelda 35th anniversary. Zelda 35 would be a new game.
Yeah, true.
We're only getting the Game & Watch. That's it. There's no reason to believe we're getting anything else this year. He said this year. Doesn't mean there won't be new stuff next year, but this year, we're not getting anything else. Yeah. Of course, they could have lied, and we gotta know that Nintendo has lied in the past.
What?
You could say, yeah, almost lied. Remember, Breath of the Wild came out in 2015, right? That's what he said was happening.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're more understanding of game delays than we are anything else.
Yeah.
No problem, General AMC. Nintendo Unite said, "Why not let Eric take care of the Twitch channel?" Eric, how are you? How would you like to take care of the Twitch channel? I don't even know what the hell he's gonna do, to be honest.
Oh.
He's just gonna come here and play video games with me.
All right. I mean, yeah, that'd be what we do.
He doesn't have streaming equipment at his house.
I mean, I could.
You could stream
I could go through my laptop
and
camera.
do a really crappy feed of you.
I mean,
without the game on screen.
Yeah, I guess I could point at the screen and then just play. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys realize this. Have you ever seen any stream at my house that Eric wasn't here on my set?
Besides the couple of...
He can't run the Twitch channel. He doesn't have the stuff to do it. I don't run the Twitch channel because, well, I run it, but I don't really... I did stream on it like a week or two ago, but I don't really stream on it either. One, I don't have a big following there. And two, I'm so focused on everything else going on in my life, I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying the Twitch channel will never be used. It's just, it's not a priority. It's like really low on the totem. But my priority is get my daily content out, trying to get live streams ramp back up here, keep the podcast consistent, while obviously keeping everything in my life organized. So yeah, Eric, do you even have interest in running the Twitch channel? Let's start there.
Sure.
That's
slightly.
It's like I have a morbid curiosity.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, kind of. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that one.
If I let you run this podcast 1 week without me, and I'm just sitting upstairs chilling, you know,
it'd be a lot of.
And I should be like, baby, do we have a little fun and make the ceiling shake and see if it shows up on stream?
Yeah. I just walk over to camera and point the camera up a little bit.
You see, so the camera's not shaking; it's on cement. You see how it looks like it's shaking?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Oh yeah.
You're frustrated. Metroid Dread didn't get delayed. What are you talking about?
What?
Metroid Dread's not delayed.
What?
That's false news. That's fake news.
What?
Metroid Dread. There's no Metroid Dread delay. Literally, they're pushing the game so hard. I mean, it's beyond gold. It literally, they could release it right now. The game's done. It's done. That's fake news. If you saw anybody saying that Metroid Dread was delayed, they're wrong. You could start an OnlyFans. OnlyFans went back on their whole, you can't post explicit content, so now they're saying, it's going to stay the same. So, Eric, now's the time. Open up your OnlyFans.
Oh, wait. No.
I mean, you might get, look, we got $23 in Super Chats tonight.
OnlyFans.
Day one of OnlyFans. We mentioned it on this podcast.
It's OnlyFans.
You might make a few hundo.
Yeah. I could pay for my Xbox.
And all you did was take your shirt off. Yeah!
Buttholes only. Wait.
Oh, boy. Shout out to Taker610 with a $2 super chat. Says, is a new Mario game in development for this? We kind of talked about this earlier. Okay, but we didn't say, is there a new Mario game overall in development, do you think?
I would assume so. I'm assuming they're always working. I'm assuming they're always working on a new Mario at all points.
Let's go mainline. Let's say mainline. There's always spin-offs and stuff, obviously.
Right.
But
I was gonna say
mainline.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm hoping they are. I would love an Odyssey too, even though I haven't finished Odyssey.
We hope, but we don't know.
Right, exactly.
I think is the way to put it.
One thing I did think about with that delay in Metroid, maybe they're talking about from the very, 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 very beginning. That delay, that delay sucked. That had to be one of the longest delays in gaming history.
But apparently it was.
That's gonna be one of the longest delays in history.
You got me there.
I mean,
that's
the only thing I can think of.
They could have been trolling me like that.
Yeah.
And pulling up the original Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh my god! All right, let me do the shot quick for that. Thank you so much, Taker610. Let's see. We got about 10 minutes left. Let me see. Read the chat. Michael Brown says, "Love your live streams. You guys are very normal and genuine. I appreciate it. I have a PlayStation 5 and a Series X, but play my Switch the most. Nice. That's what was happening with me when I had my PlayStation 5 and Series X. I was basically just playing Switch, really. I beat a couple of games on PS5, and then I didn't really touch it. Series X, I hadn't really played since, January.
When was the original release date?
Oh, but this was like was it Game Boy Advance or something? God, it was a long time ago.
No.
Metroid Dread.
The original release date for Metroid Dread, when it was announced.
October 8th? Yeah, there's no... they're talking...
Yeah.
When you were saying it,
Yeah.
Metroid Dread was originally a game...
No, I know, yeah.
Way back when we were
I know.
kids. They got canceled.
Yeah.
Never had a release date, technically, back then, but it got canceled. And that's why people got so hyped when the Dread name came up. Because we thought that game was dead like 20 plus years ago. Let's see here. Maybe it was 18 years ago. What's in the can and shot glass? So this is just some Mountain Dew Rise. Pomegranate Blue Burst over here. And then I've been doing cap shots for every super chat of Goldschlager. So, you like my sweatshirt? Zelda, baby.
Obviously.
Yeah. I don't
Dear.
even remember.
I got-
Did you get this for me?
Yeah, I
This
think
was
so.
a present from
Yeah.
her. One of the few presents I have from him.
Yeah.
I bought you a jersey once.
Yeah.
I don't remember what jersey it was. For the Packers.
That was Clinton Dix.
Was it Clinton Dix?
That was haha. Yep.
Of course.
And then he had to go and
Then,
crap out after.
I just need you the Jair. He ain't going anywhere.
Right. Oh, I hope.
What, you don't want a Rodgers one right now?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Jordan Love, he's the future.
Yeah.
You never know.
He could be.
Amari Rodgers. I'll get you Devontae Adams one when he plays for a different team.
Tevin Funches. Yeah. Right.
I bet you I can get those for like $1 right
Yeah.
now.
Right. Yeah.
If Donkey Kong 3D is announced, how would you imagine the game? One, I don't think we're getting Donkey Kong 3D. I think it's going to be if it's 3D, it's still going to be. I'm basically saying it's going to be a side scroller. Is my thought. But if it is 3D, how would I imagine the game to be? I mean, better than the last time they tried. Donkey Kong 64 wasn't very good. I know we have fond memories, but it really wasn't a good game. I mean, you think of the other 3D platformers during that era, it just was not good.
I'd like to see him Odyssey it,
Odyssey style.
where you can go around and do that stuff, and then but yet you can still go back into the 2Ds and stuff like
What
that.
about the Bowser's Fury style?
That could be another one.
Because that is different than Odyssey.
Yeah. No,
And maybe
for
that's
sure.
what they're working on with Mario, is a game built like Bowser's Fury, sort of.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool.
David Agile 81 says Switch OLED has 0.5 teraflops. PS5 has over 10 teraflops. So say goodbye to multi-platform games for the Switch next year. I think that's a generally true statement, but I think that's generally been true this whole generation. We haven't gotten a ton of multi-platform games. We have gotten some good ones, but in the grand scheme of multi-platform games, we haven't. As an example, I don't think NBA 2K is going anywhere next year. I think we're going to get that all the way to the end of this generation. We still have the Gollum game coming next year. That's coming next year. That's a third-party game. That's multi-platform, coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. That's still coming next year. You're not going to say goodbye to all multi-platform third-party Switch ports until they stop coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And right now that isn't happening. And it's not going to happen when you can't walk into stores and buy the new systems. So, I wouldn't say you have to say goodbye to anything next year, because I'm not so sure you're going to be able to walk into a store and ever buy a PlayStation 5 next year.
Right.
At least without knowing exactly when they're going to hit the store.
Guess
the
what?
day of. Yeah.
I don't have to walk into
You
a
got
store
it
to buy an
online.
Xbox.
You got lucky. Beyond that, obviously, as Amorphous Power
Right.
is and everything, of course. And
Oh, right.
Blah, blah, blah. I mean, Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2 look incredible, and obviously they're not. I mean, God, they look even better on 10 teraflops.
Yeah.
Imagine what Nintendo would do with that kind of power.
Right,
But
right.
Zelda team would do it. But the point is, look how phenomenal it looks already, right?
Yeah, right, for sure. Gotta shout out to Kurt for Practice Squad hype. Yep, saw that comment. Yep,
Nice.
that was
Nice.
good.
That was a
Good
good
Practice
one.
Squad design.
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Do you think Breath of the Wild sequel shows up in September Direct? We talked about that earlier. Let's see here. Michael Brown says, I buy Nintendo consoles first. I think in general, that's what sells.
Yeah.
You look at the best-selling games on Switch, all of them are basically first-party. There's some exceptions, like Monster Hunter Rise, but again, it's the only game console it's on.
Right.
It'll be on PC next year.
It's first party / exclusives, which there's not a whole lot of
Yeah.
outside of first party
Console
that are
exclusives.
right.
Clarify, console
Yes.
exclusives. What does second-party games mean? So second-party games are games made by studios not owned by a platform holder but published by the platform holder. So, what's a good example? Project Triangle Strategy is an interesting one. So it's made by Square, made by a third party. It's being published by Square in Japan, but it's being published by Nintendo here in the United States. So that would be considered a second-party game. Bayonetta 3 is a second-party game. It's being made by a studio Nintendo does not own, and Nintendo does not own the IP. Sega does, but Nintendo owns the rights to the game and are publishing it. So that would be a second-party game. It's basically games made by studios not owned by platform holders, but being published and paid for by them. So I'll give you an example. Deathloop. Deathloop is a game coming from Bethesda for PlayStation 5, exclusively to PlayStation 5. Bethesda, in that case, would be a second-party developer for that game heading to PlayStation 5. Now, the big thing about all these second-party, third-party, first-party, next-gen, all this stuff is just made-up monikers by media. They are used in contractual negotiations sometimes now, but in general, none of it really matters. It's all about where the money's going. It's all stuff that we as fans really shouldn't care about. We talk about it a lot, but on the grand scheme, we probably shouldn't care. Now, sales, we could argue we should care about because sales can equal more of the things that we love. You love Breath of the Wild, you obviously want it to sell well, so you get more of it. You don't like Breath of the Wild, you prefer the old school Zelda games. Well, then you hope it sells like shit, so you get more of those. Or you hope that Skyward Sword, as an example. So you could say, well, then I hope Skyward Sword HD sells 20 million, because then we will get one. Yeah, so it's a lot of things that are why we care about sales data. Even though we're not the ones making the money, we're the ones spending it, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see here. It said 1.6 teraflops for the Switch OLED, but there is also a setup for another Switch console. It's not 1.6 teraflops. Maybe Switch Pro, if that ends up being a thing sometime. But there is no, the current Switch is not 1.6 teraflops, and Switch OLED's the same internals, and it's not overclocked. So. It's funny because the cooling of the current Switch, we've proven with hackers, can handle the X1 at its base clocks. So I don't see any reason in docked mode that we don't get base clock. I understand handheld, not wanting to get too hot, battery life. But in docked mode, I really don't understand why we don't get base clocks. Especially in OLED, when they can redesign it, they can even put a fan in the dock, add extra cooling. Yeah, they could have gave us base clocks and got us better frame rates and resolution, but they didn't do it. So I don't understand it. It would have cost Nintendo nothing. It's just a profile. You just literally... Whatever. It's just like enabling XMP on a computer and getting the actual speed of your RAM. It's like Nintendo could have gave us the base clocks, but it is what it is. Now, again, I understand why not in handheld. I will never argue against that because it's not just about heat. It's about battery life. Mm-hmm. But when you're docked, there really isn't a reason that they couldn't have did it. They just don't. Unless you hack your Switch, then you've been enjoying those base clocks for a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
Switch is 1. No. It is not the same power as a base Xbox One. Why are we still having this debate in 2021? I don't even know. Okay, I'm just going to ignore any comments talking about Switch over 1 teraflop. It does not run it over 1 teraflops. Sorry, it just doesn't.
I run it
it's
over
not
1
even,
teraflop.
It's like not even close, guys. It's like it's between Xbox 360 and Xbox One. It is not at Xbox One speeds. It is better than a 360. It is not as good as an Xbox One. I don't know why people think, oh my gosh. Why does it matter? Why do we care? How many years in? The Switch is what it is at this point, right?
Yeah.
You either enjoy it or you don't.
Yeah.
You want to get Steam Deck? Get Steam Deck. Have a lot of fun. You want to play both? Go right ahead.
Yeah.
You want to get Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5? You want to build a sick gaming rig? I got a 6700 XT with a 5900X. Go right ahead. Do it. Get a 3090 in that bad boy. Like,
heck yeah.
Who cares? Have fun. Everyone enjoys
Play
things
games.
they enjoy, you know?
Play your games.
As fans, I always wonder, why do we care so much about power? Now, I understand, like, on PC side, because there's so many options, right?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we want the 200 plus FPS. We want, the better resolution, the better... Like, I can get on the PC side just because there's no standard.
Well, and also the fact that the PCs run more than...
Well, yeah, and you do more. Like, I do video rendering and stuff,
right,
so
exactly.
I like having a powerful rig for that. But, like, seriously, guys, my 4K video renders now, the time to render them has been cut in a fourth with my new hardware. It's insane. Yeah. So, like, it's awesome. This live stream, literally, we've had audio hiccups with how it was set up. Yeah. The audio hasn't died. We haven't had things disconnecting.
We haven't had a PC just randomly restart.
We did break a shot glass, but, like, that had nothing to do with the new setup. So like,
A lot of broken shit.
yeah. So like, when it comes to game consoles, obviously we want more power just to have better frame rates and whatever, like 60 FPS standard, etc., 120 FPS, whatever. The point is, the systems are just a means to play the games. We should just care about the games. Switch is not a very powerful platform. It's using 2015 mobile tech, which, by the way, at the time they were using it was some of the best mobile tech on the market, was obviously quickly surpassed. Most of modern phones are more powerful than a Switch. They're also more expensive. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that the Switch can be what it is. Say it's 0.2 teraflops, which it's not. It's more than that. But let's just say it was, for argument's sake, just super, super low, like down to Wii. Does that change how good the games are? I mean, frame rate wise, you can argue, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is still a really good game, even at sub 30 FPS. Breath of the Wild,
It's all
which
about
has
locked
frame rate
FPS,
drops
though.
in Kokiri Forest,
Yeah.
did that change that thing winning the most game of the years out of any video game in history? It came out on Switch, had frame rate drops down into the teens in 2 areas of the game at launch. Still won more Game of the Year awards than any game in video game history. I want to let you guys let that sink in. A system that was well behind the current generation systems at the time, and then is even more behind the now new current gen ones, obviously way behind PC hardware and now mobile phone hardware, had a game come out at launch that won more Game of the Years than any game in video game history, and it had frame rates down in the teens. Let that sink in. Power matters, but the game matters more. Super Mario Odyssey is amazing, and it's on this platform. Smash Bros. Ultimate, amazing, it's on this platform. Metroid Dread is going to be probably really amazing, and it's on this platform. Splatoon 3 is likely going to be phenomenal, and it's on this platform. By the way, that doesn't mean the other systems don't have their own phenomenal games. Horizon Forbidden West next year, going to be phenomenal on PlayStation 5 if I had to put any money down on it. Halo Infinite multiplayer that comes out this year, likely going to be absolutely amazing. So is Back 4 Blood. Like, there's amazing games on everything, and the camera feed died. I'll go fix that quick. But the point I'm trying.
Speaking of.
The point, yeah, that's a common issue with the camera.
Yeah.
It's overheated.
Oh, fun.
I figured out that that's why it does this when the camera's overheated.
Gotcha.
Remember when we used to blow a fan at it and then it didn't do this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we stopped doing that. We need to buy a fan for the office.
Yeah.
The camera, it's too much power.
That's what power gets you.
Anyways, why don't you pick up one more question for the chat and then we'll wrap
Dead
things
feed.
up as I go get the
Is there
camera going.
any questions in here? A lot of people yelling about power.
I have the power!
Maybe. I mean, the
This thing
power
was
to pull
overheating
and
before we started, so
yeah,
I'm not
it
surprised
happens.
that it died.
Yay!
And
Maybe.
It's back.
Hey, I'm back.
yeah, that has nothing to do with the computer. That's the camera. Which, by the way, reminds me, one of the next upgrades I want to get for the studio, besides obviously now I have to buy new mics because we broke
Yeah,
one.
fantastic.
One of the upgrades I want to get, we got a super chat. Why don't you read that?
Super chat.
Yep.
Switch runs at 0.7 teraflops. Nintendo cornered handheld market. Games are great. Who cares? Our volume's a bit low on the mic. Loving the Xbox Series X Halo Edition. Nice.
Yeah, so microphone volume will be fixed next week. We're using
Yeah.
2 different mics, so it's a little bit hard to adjust. This wasn't the plan at the start of the stream.
Right.
We didn't know one of the mics was dead again. We should have tested it out beforehand.
Yeah.
It's been working every week, but
Right.
I knew it was wrapped around the chair. Again, I need to change the setup so we don't have the wires on the ground next to the chairs. But we'll again, that's something I'll look into. Literally, I get like paid this week. I'm gonna literally look into see what better I can get. I'll probably next day ship it because that's the mic that I use in my videos. The other mic only gets used when we have the podcast, so it's not like I knew it was broken. But I should have backups, and I don't right now. I knew it. Remember at E3 when I said I should have bought 2 sets?
Well, yeah.
But I didn't. That was my Turbo Blast. I'm going to do a full shot for you, Turbo Blast. Probably the last shot of the night for me. And the camera died again.
No.
No, it didn't. Never mind.
You're catching
It's
up.
catching up on my side. All right,
catching
so
up. Wait. It may have flickered for a little bit there
it's okay.
because it flipped on my side too.
It's okay.
But,
All right.
hooray!
Cheers.
Live.
Oh! Woo! I'm going to be feeling that later. So yeah. I think that's going to probably wrap it up for this podcast. It was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Sorry for some of the technical difficulties. Obviously, we got it cleaned up as we went. Then we had a little camera issue.
New PC.
What I was going to mention, one of the things I want to upgrade, not just the mic situation. We'll get that situated here. I'm not going to be able to get it anytime soon. But I want to get a different main camera. Even though it feels dumb because I just got this one before E3 because my kid broke my other one.
Yeah.
So then we got this one, which was the next upgraded version of the one we already had, and I thought it'd be fine. But this one has overheating problems, and I didn't know that. And none of the reviews mentioned it because all the reviews are using it as a normal camera, not as a video camera.
Right.
And the video camera version of this, as I looked up, has
it's also
overheating.
locked, too.
The video camera version of this has overheating problems.
Mm-hmm. And it's also locked too.
So what I wanted to do is. We'll still keep this camera around. We're not going to just get rid of it. It's a decent camera. This is probably the camera we take with us when we go places. But I was thinking of spending, it's going to be like $1,500. But there's other cameras that are literally made for video that don't overheat and can handle temperatures up to like 115 degrees in the room, which this room doesn't get that hot. Even on the hottest summer days, we're not at 115 in this room.
Well, we're in a basement.
We're in a basement. I mean, the window's technically broken, but it's cooler down here. We do have AC in this room. So it's one of those situations where I want to upgrade it because this one overheats, and particular for live streams is usually when it's a problem. It is a problem for recording because it does take 15 minutes to cool down. So sometimes I have to wait to record a video and shut it off. But again, it's a really minor thing. It's not a need. So it's like, God, it's $1,500. That's not fucking cheap. I don't have that kind of money, but it's something that I think of saving up for in the future. Just to get an actual video camera, not a standard camera that I use video, but get an actual video camera, like a new, good video camera that's meant for what we're doing with it. This one's it can do what we're doing with it, but it's not really made for it. And in hindsight, I should have made a better decision when I purchased it, but I stuck with this because it was something I already knew how to use.
And the E3 was coming up.
E3 was coming up like this, and I needed something I knew how to use, so I just got the next version, thought it'd be fine. It was mostly fine during E3.
Yeah, we didn't really have any
But we were prepared. We
camera-ish
had overheating issues beforehand. During E3, we had a fan blowing from their attic, and we didn't have that problem. Yeah. And since then, we just totally forgot that's how we solved that problem because we weren't living in this room for 4 straight days.
Well, no, we were. Anymore. Well, we had I think it was an inadvertent.
So I'll go buy a fan. That's the cheap fix right now.
I think it's an inadvertent fix. We had the fan in there because
we
wanted the
keep
room,
us cool, but we didn't blow it at us because we didn't want it coming on the mics.
Right.
So it was blowing this direction towards the camera,
air
and then the camera never shut down.
Yeah,
so
it was an inadvertent
fix. We kind of inadvertently solved it without realizing we solved it.
Yeah, right.
But I would like to get an actual video camera, which, by the way, sucks because it means none of my accessories are usable with it. So all new lenses, and it's probably going to be over $2,000 when it's all said and done. Do I need it? It is not a need. I am not fundraising for it. I'm not asking for donations to pay for it. No, this is not an e-begging. Oh, my God. This is just letting you guys know a future plan for upgrade. Because some people said, upgrade the TV in the back. I've heard it. People want me to get an OLED TV back there. And dude, I hear you. I hear you. You know why this TV is there? That's what I got. You know, there's a few extra parts I'm upgrading on the computer next. I guess the camera, microphones are the immediate. We're going to get new mic stuff right away because we broke one. That just is what it is. I mean, we have this as a backup, and these mics are great. These are AT2035s. They're amazing, but ever since for E3 when we got the lav mics, it's so much better not having our faces covered and everything. And plus, when we move, we don't have to worry about the audio going in and out. Like some of you guys saying, "Oh, the mics are a little quiet." Well, I mean, these mics are made to be talked into like this, and when I'm sitting back here like this,
pretty much need
I'm
to
really
chew
quiet.
on the microphone.
Yeah, that's what it's meant for.
Yeah.
That's just something that I'm looking at to upgrade in the future eventually. Hopefully before next year's E3 or something, get an actual video camera. We'll still use this camera, but it'll be like a backup for video, and then for video streams, and then we'll use it if we go to E3. This will be the camera.
Hopefully,
with us.
and we can take it in. Maybe.
What?
Hopefully, we can take it in. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I want to be media next year.
Yeah.
You guys can help us become media at E3. Here's how. 1, subscribe to the channel. That's number 1. And by the way, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED. And to enter, you got to be subscribed to the channel. So you might as well subscribe anyways, if you're not. 2, we have to be at 100,000 subscribers. That's why I mentioned it. E3 does not consider you media if you're under 100,000 subscribers. Now, that part actually, you could argue maybe we pull that off. Maybe. It's a stretch for us to say we're going to be at 100 based on our current pace, about 1,000 a month. we're gonna be short. We're gonna be in the 80,000s or
2
something by
years
E3.
then.
It'll be like 2 years.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if we suddenly get like a 15K boost like we did last September.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. That gets us
Yeah.
really close.
Yeah.
But whatever. We'll see what happens. That's gonna be based on viewership, and that's another thing. They require 50,000 views per video. We obviously don't get that. Now, we have had videos that do get 50,000. It's not like we can't. It's that even when we have a good video, it's 10K, 15K. We don't get to the 50. So you can help out by watching every video on the channel.
Could also go through and go to Apple iTunes and give us a rating on that. And I think
Yeah.
go through podcasts that
iTunes
way, too.
or Google Play or whatever, wherever you Spotify as well. Our podcast is on everything as well. You want to help this podcast grow. The audio versions are almost completely caught up.
Yeah.
We have 3 more to go. Tomorrow I'm getting this one up and the 2 before this one, and we'll be completely caught up. And I will be literally, my promise to you is once we're caught up tomorrow, every time we have a podcast, the following day the audio version will go up. So if you see it live, you basically get to see it early. You get to see the audio version after. And there's not really any edits. It's just like the beginning intro music's cut out. There's a different intro music, a different outro music. Otherwise, it stays mostly as the podcast is here. And, but yeah, if you want to give us a rating, that would be great. I think our rating on iTunes right now is 4.3.
Wow.
And that's actually not bad. I think it would be higher, but a lot of that was our old podcast from years ago, which was, it was, for what we had, it was fine. If you guys ever are curious, go back and watch the original Nintendo Prime podcast that went up to like 100 plus whatever episodes, and then watch this one, and you'll be like, holy shit, it's like a completely different channel.
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you know what you're doing and you throw some good equipment in.
Yeah. No,
So.
for sure.
Thank you for subscribing, Red Stars, DTLA. I appreciate that. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow me on Twitter at NintyPrime. You can follow Eric on Twitter.
At emo8790.
Yep, and he does check his Twitter if you tweeted him. He probably won't respond to you unless he has to. If there's a specific question, then he hasn't. You said something like 2 weeks ago to someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does actually pay attention if you add him and stuff like that. Especially if you're trying to at me. I get a lot of ats and comments. I don't always respond to everything, so sometimes if you throw it at him, he'll like text me, hey, this person has a question about this, and it's like, oh, okay. We try to be very personable and comment and go back and forth with all of our people, obviously, as much as we possibly can. Within reason.
Well, mainly because
within reason. Literally, I haven't replied to everybody who's here in the stream. We've been at 100 plus all stream. It's just not possible.
But then again, with most of the time I mentioned with you, and you've already responded to everything. So I'm like, what do I have to say? I'm going to be changing some of the.
So once per month, we're supposed to be shouting out all of our patrons, and I am going to be shouting them out. I think in the next episode. However, I'm also throwing all of our members in the mix.
Nice.
Because I'm really trying to push the I know it's good to diversify the revenue and have not all of it be through YouTube, but
especially when YouTube is
what's
fun.
Convenient about YouTube is obviously they provide a platform where everything's in one and I don't have to worry about a lot. But we're not getting rid of the Patreon. I'm just not really updating the Patreon anymore, so it's still there. You can still join it. I'll still shout you out. You can still join the upper tiers, and I'll play games with you or whatever else those tiers say I will. But we're really more so pushing the YouTube membership. So I would like to see them get over 100. I think after tonight we're at 77 or something like that. That's awesome. Let's get to 100 plus. That's my goal for this month. And we'll just go from there. And we'll just keep growing organically. And your support helps us get better equipment, makes things like the camera not turning off. It makes just everything better. Like the upgrades I'm getting for the computer that I got for free from CyberPower. I'm adding a Gen 4 SSD to it. And I'm getting 4,000 plus megahertz RAM. That's all being paid for by the YouTube revenue. And all of that goes directly into making our streams and making the videos better. So it's kind of cool. That whole PC, we got that because you guys are watching and they wanted to work with us. So, like, it's awesome. You guys are amazing. I didn't really need this PC, to be honest. Yeah. Just for my personal use. We were playing Madden and stuff on my other computer just fine. Yeah. We didn't need this for me. This PC's for you guys. Right. So, like, I know some people might be like, oh, my God. It's like, yeah, but we got this PC. Like, I didn't need it. I was cool. But... damn, can I render videos super fast? Damn, if my audio device is not crashing anymore. Damn. I just have to get everything finished set up because it's a new computer and, things remember as I go. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys can catch us next week. Otherwise, I'll see you in a new video tomorrow. Peace out.